guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name's Shelly. If you hear a fan in the background, it's because it's so hot in my apartment right now that I have it on 24/7. It's getting that time of the year. I actually already recorded this video. I have been editing it and I noticed that I didn't do a proper intro. So welcome to this week's video. It's fun. As you can tell by the title, I'm reading thrillers for the week. Before we get started though, I do want to do a little book haul because for this video I went book shopping, even though I didn't need to, but I was like, oh, I only have a few thrillers. What if I don't want to read any of them? So I went to the bookstore and got a few books. These are the 5 books that I got. The first one is The Guest List by Lucy Foley. I've heard so much about this author and this book. This book is about, it just says in the back, an exclusive wedding on a remote Irish island. The bride, the +1, the best man, the wedding planner, the bridesmaid, all have a secret, all have a motive, but only one murderer. So this one is a murder mystery. The next one is One of Us is Lying by Karen McManus, and this one, from what I've heard, it takes place in a high school and there is 5 main characters: Bronwyn, the brain, Addie, the beauty, Nate, the criminal, Copper, the athlete, and Simon, the outcast. And they all go to detention together, and before detention ends, Simon dies, and now all the other 5 characters are on the suspect list because they all have motives, they all have reasons why they want to kill him, and it just follows that story. The next book is The Silent Patient by Alex I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Okay, I'm not even gonna try. This one I heard is a really good psychological thriller. It's about Alicia who kills her husband and doesn't say a word after that. Nothing. Even when she's being prosecuted in trial. But when this psychotherapist named Theo works with her, some things are unraveled, and yeah, Theo just wants to know the story, her explanations, yeah, just her side of the story like everyone else. So that's this one I'm excited for. The next book is The Only One Left by Riley Secker. If you saw my last video, the one where I read my highest and lowest rated books, I read The House Across the Lake by Riley Secker. I didn't really like it. It just felt like the ending was rushed and it didn't feel like the ending, that part of the story belonged in that story, because I felt like I was reading another book. But I wanted to give this author another try. I actually don't know what this is about. I'm going in blind because I saw a lot of people rave about this and it had good ratings. I'm just gonna read the blue. It says, at 17, Lenora Hope hung her sister with a rope. Okay. Stabbed her father with a knife, took her mother's happy life, and quote, "It wasn't me," Lenora said, "but she was the only one not dead." Okay, that's kind of deep. The last book is The Maidens by the same author as The Silent Patient, and I also don't know anything about this. I just saw really good reviews. The spellbinding tale of psychological suspense weaving together Greek mythology, murder, and obsession. That's what it says. And I heard this one has Greek mythology as well. I guess that's just his thing. I did read Percy Jackson when I was little, so that's cool. I like Greek mythology at some point. I think I'll enjoy those books. But yeah, that's all I have for you for this intro, so let's go ahead and get going with this video. Hey guys, it's the next evening. I totally forgot to even say what book I'm reading or like what it's about. So I'm reading The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. This has been like such an anticipated read for me because I've been seeing it everywhere. And this book is about this maid who gets hired to be like a live-in help or housekeeper, she likes to call it, for this like extremely like wealthy family, and she thought it was just too good to be true, and like I guess she's finding that it was. I'm 39% into the book, chapter 25. The one thing I love about this is though, like, it's so fast paced. The chapters are short. I get through it so fast and I feel like I'm reading faster because the chapters are so short, and every chapter it leaves you hanging, so you have to go read the next chapter to see what it's about. And sometimes it doesn't even talk about what just happened in the last chapter, which is irking me. I just want to know what it was about, but I'm guessing it'll all make sense in the end. There are some stuff stuff about the main character that I don't know. Like it's very some things in her past and I'm like, wait, what happened? And then there's also something weird about her employers and who she's working for. Everything in this book feels so wrong from the start. Like I'm getting the same feeling she's getting while reading this, like about everything that's happening. And this book contains the queen of gaslighting. I don't know if that is the right word to describe that character, but I'm so mad for the main character because of that character, and it's just blowing my mind. And like obviously she's maid, and you know how people look at the maid, especially if they're like mean, she just owns up to it and stuff like that, even though like she didn't do it. And this book I feel like is messing with my mind as well while I'm reading, and I absolutely love that. It's just getting me so invested, and I'm like, okay, I need to keep reading to see what happens. It's just so creepy. Anyways, it's like 7:50 and I think I'm just gonna read for the rest of the evening because I'm like just so invested in this book. I'll update you guys in a little bit or maybe tomorrow. Why am I kind of giddy? This is so wrong. This is so wrong. Guys, this is so wrong. Oh my god, this is so wrong. So very wrong. I'm like 56% in the book and something major just happened, and now everything I thought that was gonna happen, I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't even know where this book is going, but a lot of people say that Frida McFadden usually gets them at the ending and it's never what they thought it is. Okay guys, this story has officially taken a turn that I didn't expect. I apologize for whenever I was happy, I was giddy, or showing any positive emotions throughout this book. It's like a couple days later, I completely forgot to update this vlog, but I did end up finishing The Housemaid, I think 2 days ago. I have mixed feelings. I love the story, it was really good, but I felt like the ending was kind of underwhelming for me. There was so much intensity and build-up throughout the story that I think there would be a bigger explosion at the end, but no, it was very underwhelming. I don't really know what to give this book. I think I might give it like a 3.5 star. Like I still really enjoyed it. I didn't know where this story was going, but then like once I got to part 2, that's when I started predicting some of the things that were gonna happen. I still recommend it. It's really good. Like I loved how fast-paced it was, short chapters. I read it in like a day and a half. I could have probably read it in a day if I didn't have stuff to do, but yeah, it was really good. I'm looking forward to reading the next book because I think that this book alludes to what happens in the next one, and I do have it downloaded on my Kindle, so that's exciting. The next book that I'm reading is also part of my April TBR. I'm gonna try and stick to that, but we'll see. Hopefully I read all the books on my TBR. If you haven't watched that video, it's up now and you should go watch it. But the next book is One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. So this book is about a group of teenagers who get sent to detention, and during detention one of them dies and everyone's like suspecting that like one of them did it. The student that died posts stuff about students in the high school online about like, you know, their juicy secrets or whatever, and I'm guessing all the other students that were with him might have reasons to have killed him. No one knows. I still don't know who did it. I don't know. I don't have any predictions. I forgot to put a bookmark, but I am on page 73. In the first 15 or 20 pages, it gets into the story that someone died, like what happens in the back. Right now, it's kind of slow. It's switching POVs between the 4 students that were there with him. I don't know. It's just not really that eventful. It's just talking about their life. I don't know what else is gonna happen in this big chunk of the book because like everything happened in the first half. I'll update you guys in a little bit, I guess, or when I get further into the book, or if something major happens. But yeah, right now I'm not really a fan of it. It's like the next day. I'm still reading this book. I'm about this much in, and I just want to say it's very uneventful. There's nothing really interesting happening. Like, it's going through the day-to-day lives of the different characters. It switches POVs, like I said, but that's it. There's nothing interesting. I'm sorry to say that. It's just very uneventful, because usually murder mysteries or thrillers are usually fast-paced and they can like keep you interested throughout most of the parts, but I'm like 150 pages in and I don't know if I can continue. But I'm gonna read a little bit more and see where it goes and update you guys. I just got to part 3. Part 2 ended with something interesting, thing I didn't see coming, because it's just, like I said, it's talking about their day-to-day lives. That's interesting. I did not see that coming. But you know, I'm happy. I'm happy for that person. Hey guys, it's the same day but later at night, and I've been reading a little bit more. I got this much into the book. Oh my god. Let me just do a quick update. I'm starting to like this book a lot more, like about halfway in, because there's chemistry going on with some of the characters and I'm loving it. At around the 250 page mark, that's when it got interesting, because secrets started to come out and I'm starting to connect with the characters and know about their life and their past, and like starting to like care about them. And then I've just written a few predictions on my phone, all caps. Yeah, now I'm on page 300 and I think there's 371 pages. I'm probably gonna read a little bit more tonight. I don't know if I can read all 70 pages because it's already 11. I will keep you guys updated. I'll probably update tomorrow or when I finish the book. Hey guys, it's the next day. I don't remember what I said when I last updated, but I did finish the book this morning. My thoughts. I don't know. I don't know how to say it, but I did rate this at 2.5 stars just because it took a really long time to get interesting and grab my attention. By like maybe midway through, a little bit past the midpoint, I started connecting with the characters and everything, and the ending seemed so predictable. Yeah, it wasn't really as exciting. Like, I love reading thrillers or murder mysteries because they always get you at the end, but this one didn't really do that for me. It didn't really live up to the hype that it was getting. That's all I really got to say. Maybe I can think about it, maybe I'll change my rating, but for now it's a 2.5. The next book, I have 4 options. These ones, but I ended up going with The Silent Patient. I keep seeing this over on TikTok as well, so I thought that'd be interesting. I started reading it an hour ago and I got to chapter 3. So far, it's good. I have some time to read today and I'll update you guys throughout the way. Hey guys, it's the next day. I read a little bit last night. I got a third of the way in and I'm liking it so far. I think these types of books is like the type of books you just sit and binge. You can't take long breaks or a lot of breaks in between because it's kind of like a fast-paced book and keep coming at you with cliffhangers and plot twists. So far, there's like not a lot happening in this book. Nothing exciting. So far, we're just getting to know Alicia and Theo, the psychotherapist, and their past and stuff like that, because the whole book, I think, is in his point of view, but then there's some journal entries by Alicia about what happened in her life. All I gotta say is like it must be hard for Theo to do his job, like that type of job, when he's going through a lot of things himself as well and in like the past. And I like how he connects and relates to Alicia, seeing him in her. The writing is very deep, like the way Theo thinks. Theo describes like simple everyday life things and like some heavier topics, like gives it a deeper meaning, because I guess he's like a psychotherapist. He thinks in depth about a lot of things like being in love, mental health, trauma, or just being a baby and needing your mom. It's just, he just goes into depth about all the emotions that we associate with those things, and it's just wow, like I never thought about that, but like I feel like I felt those things and I agree with it if you've like really thought about something so deeply. Anyways, I'm on chapter 15, page 131. I think I'm gonna read for the rest of the day and get through a bunch of the book, maybe even finish it. I don't know, we'll see. Like, I don't have any more plans for the rest of the day. I'm just gonna sit here and binge this book. Hey guys, just coming in for an update. It's later on in the day and I am 225 pages in out of, how many pages was it? 324. I'm on part 4 now. I don't know how many parts there are in this book, but I've got to say, why did I just say it like that? I just have to say that I don't know why this book is not grabbing my attention. It's just going on about the main character Theo, his day-to-day lives and his problems. Page 224, it grabbed my attention because it's more about Alicia and her story. But why is it taking that long? I don't even know. Books I've read recently are like meh. I don't know what I just read. What the hell? Okay, hi guys. It's been like, I don't know, a couple minutes because I needed some time to take this story in and the ending. I watched a few TikToks because I couldn't really get the end. Then now I get it because there was a lot of symbolism throughout the book that I didn't really catch on to. But now I get it. Oh my god. This was like a true psychological thriller. Because you know how psychological thriller movies just like start off and just like, what the hell is happening? Like, where is this story going? And then at the end it just like explodes and you're like, wait, I've been fooled this entire time. And this is what I feel about this one. I had some guesses as to what was gonna happen, but no, I was wrong, obviously, because I didn't see any of this coming. I think I'm gonna rate this. I was debating between like a 3 when I was like, oh my god, I'm almost 300 pages in, like what is happening? Now I think I'm gonna bump it up to like a 3.75. I know that's like so specific, but there's just parts in the book that I didn't really like enjoy. I just didn't feel like you needed it. It definitely did play with my head. But hey guys, it's the next day. I think the last clip you saw was me talking about The Silent Patient, and I thought about reading a 4th book in this video, but it is Friday, it's been a week, and I have a pretty busy day of filming today, so I think I'm gonna end the video here. In this video I read 3 books, one on my Kindle, so let's just do like an overview. I'll say one thing I loved about the book and something I wish was incorporated in the book that would have made it better. So the first book that I read was The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. Something that I really loved about this book was the short chapters. It was so fast-paced. It kept me on my toes. One thing I didn't really like, the ending felt like it was rushed and it just like worked in everyone's favors. The whole book, it was so intense. There was so much going on, and then the ending just like kind of fell flat. The next book I read in this video was One of Us is Lying. This one, I don't know. It didn't meet my expectations because there's so much hype around it. That's why my expectations were like up here. The one thing I did like about this book was over the time I kind of like got connected with the characters, and I loved the character development and the romance. That there was a little bit of a romance in here that was going on, some love chemistry, and I loved that. The one thing, well, the few things I didn't like about this book was there was a lot of chapters or pages just about like the everyday lives of the characters in here, and I felt like that was kind of not irrelevant because it like led up to the ending, but the ending too was like predictable. And then the book I finished last night, and the final book in this video, is The Silent Patient. The one thing I love about this is, I guess it's like love and dislike, because throughout the book I was like, it's things going on. I'm like, I don't know what this has to do with the story. This is about Alicia. Why are we talking about Theo? And then the ending. So those are the books I read in this video. If you stayed this long, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you liked me, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video potentially. But yeah, if you guys have any ideas or comments or anything about this video or about the books, or something you want to see from me in the future, what type of videos you guys want me to do, please comment them down below because I would gladly take all your recommendations and advice. Thank you for watching this video again, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye.